I could show you how to fit an M in a duffel.
21 Savage. Now, we all know that 21 has a pretty monotone flow. That is pretty much an accepted fact at this point. But the real question we are going to be answering today is this delivery threatening, or is it just flat out boring? I've heard many people say that he delivers his lyrics like this just to add to the intimidation factor of his music, so I decided to take a step back, listen to his music again, and find out if that really is true. And before we get into the video, I would like to thank the wonderful people over at Amino once again for sponsoring this channel on this video, especially at this time when I have zero monetization on my channel. It's very helpful. If you're not familiar with Amino, it is an app basically filled with loads of different communities for a bunch of different hobbies and interests, and one of those is the rap and hip hop Amino. You have a front page full of featured posts, full of discussions, like this one discussing why the author thinks Big L is the GOAT. Then you've got other stuff like quizzes, polls, all that nice stuff. And of course, I have an account on there, so come over, interact with me, drop me a follow, and check out my most recent poll asking what you guys think the best Wu-Tang solo debut album is. The link to download the app will be in the description below, and once again, thank you to the people over at Amino for sponsoring this video. So with all that being said, guys, this is CDTVProductions, and today we will be asking, is 21 Savage intimidating or boring?
I sit back and read like cat in the hat. 21 Savage, the cat with the mat. 21 Savage, not boys in the hood, but I pull up on you, shoot your ass.
And you know what? When I reevaluated this a little bit, I found that there are a fair few songs where 21 Savage sounds cold and ruthless. See, I feel like Savage didn't really nail this aspect on earlier projects, but some songs on Issa actually send chills down my spine with how dark they sound. One amazing example of this is Close My Eyes. On this song, 21 Savage pretty much raps about having PTSD and literally seeing dead people when he closes his eyes.
I can't get no sleep, I swear I'm way too high, dog. I see dead bodies when I close my eyes, I see dead bodies when I close my eyes.
Now, his delivery works there because a song like that doesn't call for a loud or energetic delivery. It works to create the dark atmosphere that the song is going for. Then, of course, there's the songs where he raps about killing people. And these tracks can also be quite threatening. Not all of them are, but some of them give off that vibe that you just really shouldn't mess with 21. A perfect example of this is Lord Forgive Me. Here 21 talks so calmly about murdering people like he does it every other second, and it does give off a sinister vibe.
Gas stank propane, Glock fought a nigga bang, blood crip nigga bang. I heard you got your chain took and had to go and get another down chain. 21 nigga.
Although, to be fair, he does change his delivery later on in that song, which might also be a reason why I like it. But songs like that almost tell a story without Savage having to tell it. He grew up around so much violence and got involved with it that it's given him a cold view of the world, and his voice reflects that. This was something I really didn't think about when I first listened to his music, and it's helped me to appreciate certain songs more than I did before. It's almost tragic in a sense. It makes songs like No Heart become more unsettling than ever. So yeah, surprisingly, parts of my opinion have changed on 21's music and the way he delivers his vocals. Some songs really do make me feel a bit uncomfortable with how raw they are, and it's a unique experience that you don't get with many other rappers. But this isn't just a one-sided argument, because this style doesn't always work.
Hellcat speed race, suck it till your knees aching.
And do you know where it doesn't work? On almost every other song that's not about murder. These songs are really where Savage comes across as boring and uninterested. If you're wondering what tracks I'm talking about, just check out Baby Girl, No Advance, or X.
I smashed the stripper in the hotel with my chains on. I'm playing with a kitty with my BBS rings on.
All these songs are primarily about women, and his dead delivery just makes these songs so incredibly tedious. They're not dark because they don't have a dark subject matter, so they're just not fun to listen to. The whole cold delivery thing works on a track about shooting and stabbing people. It doesn't work on tracks about nutting on someone's face. There is another area where this delivery fails also, and that is really whenever 21 Savage features someone on his tracks. This is something that really makes the dullness of his voice stand out, because the featured artist is rapping about the same subject as 21, but they sound more interested than he does. For example, the song Darth Vader by 21 and Offset from their collaborative Without Warning tape. Offset comes with a really bouncy flow and a nice cadence, but then 21 comes in and the track just slows down for me. Here, I'll play it for you. Just listen to the transition.
Got camera surveillance, cause all of us made it to mention this gator. Mention this gator. We go gladiators, them nose on potato, all blood like Darth Vader.
From the robbing to the trapping, I done it all. Fat.
I just feel like stuff like that really highlights the issues with Savage's voice. He really fails to keep the energy high when he's rapping with someone else. On all the examples I've named here, 21's delivery honestly just comes off as lazy. I mean, he's showing he can rap with aggression on tracks like Bad Guy. I was really surprised when I heard him almost shouting on that track, but he mostly chooses not to do that. A lot of the time, he just gives off the impression that he hops in the studio, drones out a verse in one take, and then hops back out. I'm not saying that's what he does, but it's the impression that it gives off. It comes off as very phoned in. You honestly need a particular kind of song for his voice to work.
Gang turn you to a candlelight. Bitch boy, I'm a mobster. Shrimp in my pasta. Jamaican dun da da.
So, do I think 21 is intimidating or boring overall? I'd have to mostly go with boring on this one. I honestly still think I'd struggle to make it through a full album of his, even one as short as Savage Mode. However, after looking into stuff for this video, I do have somewhat more of an appreciation for his music, and the darker songs of his, I actually can really enjoy those now because his cold delivery really gives a whole new aspect to those songs as a whole. The darker tracks are really the ones that come off as the most interesting and menacing. But saying he just raps like that to sound intimidating is not an excuse for his whole discography. There are still plenty of tracks out there that would definitely sound better if Savage just put a bit more force behind his vocals. So that's how I feel about this one. How do you guys feel about this debate? Let me know down in the comments below. This is sort of a new series where if you look at the title, they'll be in that format. It'll say the artist's name, it'll have that little colon thing, and then we'll be asking a question like, are they this or this? So it's going to be a kind of small mini-series I'm doing. But anyway, that's all I got to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Amino for sponsoring, because as I've said, I have zero monetization on my channel right now. That's why there's no ads on any of my videos right now. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all in the next one, and this is CDTV Productions, signing out.